I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. But the gun still rattles, the gun still rattles, oh.
What up, young Hollywood? It's Tony Morris here in the YH studio with the Strumbellas.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming to our studio and putting on an amazing performance today. That was awesome.
I've been looking at the stars tonight, and I think, oh, how I miss that bright sun. I'll be a dreamer till the day I die. But they say, oh, how the good die young.
I can't get that song out of my head.
That's what we hope for.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good sign, I think.
Let's break it down. Let's talk about first that line. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Where did you guys come up with that?
Well, it was basically just kind of like a metaphor for things that go on in someone's head. And my, kind of the visual representation for me at the time was just guns. It was a good example of something that the kind of thoughts you have in your head and stuff, so. Does that make any sense
No,
at all?
totally. Then you can but there's an overcoming, because the album's called Hope.
Yeah.
So there is like an overcoming situation. You got guns in my head and they won't go, but there's like it's contrasting. It's back and forth, right? And you're trying to get out of these problems.
It's about getting through that,
Getting through. And you were saying how actually kids have been sending you videos with I got gum. You say it.
It'll be like the mom driving the car and the kids in the back seat just going like, I got gum in my hair and it won't go. And it's the cutest thing of all time. Like, we just think it's hilarious, but we just don't understand. But then you'll get some kids who are actually going like, I got guns in my head and it won't go. I'm just kind of like, oh, I feel terrible. But yeah, it's wild.
How old are your kids?
My kids are 5 and 2.
2. Okay.
Sorry.
So you haven't shown them that video. Or would they be able to know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They want. Yeah, I show them everything. They're pretty in the loop. So.
Yeah, they come to the show sometimes.
Yeah.
The music video for Spirit, awesome. I mean, it's really like Day of the Dead. It's very spiritual. It's got all these cool. Where did you guys shoot it?
We shot it in Toronto, in the east end of Toronto, at an old church. That was really beautiful, and we got to shoot inside the church and then outside when the big parade happened. So it was a great location.
They're from Canada, so that's where you guys shot.
Yeah.
We didn't choose to shoot a video outside in December in Canada just for fun. It was just like, we had to.
Our next video is, like, I've already talked to our label and I said, we'll make a deal, but the next video has to be the Top Gun volleyball scene in Mexico at a beach somewhere, or maybe LA, that's because we always shoot videos in freezing cold in Canada.
Yeah,
so the next video, we're going right to the beach.
It was really high production. I mean, really high production level. So, I mean, you guys, Top Gun, would be what next?
That's the
Definitely.
goal.
Yeah,
That's all we really want in
We
life.
just got to write a song about like having fun with the boys first. That's none of them.
That's true, actually.
So you guys have a huge band. How did you put together a huge band? How did this come about? Was it over one email? Or was this over years?
It's Craigslist.
Yeah, so it started from a Craigslist ad, and what's funny, like this, it's a big band, but it doesn't seem big to us because we used to be bigger. So we were, 10 or 11 at the beginning. We were 9 for a long time, and now this feels like, like a real, 6 feels like a real, like, well-oiled machine
Yeah,
at this point.
compact unit.
Yeah.
6 people.
You guys release your songs early by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you release your songs, which are all over the radio right now in Los Angeles and in America, with the record label. Helps out that for you.
Super helpful. I was just like, sure. No, but you know what it was? This record label particularly, Glassnote. So Daniel Glass flew to Toronto to meet us. Basically, it was kind of like an old school thing. He heard the record, he loved the record, and within a week, we were making a deal together. And that meant a lot to me, that he just believed in the music so much. He didn't ask, oh, what are your sales like before? What do you do this before? He was like, I believe in the record. Let's. So that was just like, for me, I was like, all right, I want to get in business. We want to get in business with this, somebody who just believes so much in the music.
I got a head full of darkness, and darkness is good. 'Cause if we all die young, then we don't get hurt. I got a head full of darkness, and darkness is good. 'Cause if we all die young, then we don't get hurt.
Strumbellas, how did you come up with the name, and who was the person that said, hey, we're doing Strumbellas, guys?
Who was that guy? The name came from nowhere. I was trying to think of a band name. Umbrellas was it, and then I thought that didn't sound quite right, so I did Strumbellas. And then we all kind of decided to go with it for the time being until we came up with a real band name. and then
8 years later.
8 years later,
Yeah.
we're still working on that.
Yeah, but you say like it came from nowhere. You say it came from nowhere like it's a bad thing. That's called inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, it just came to you.
Play a little game. Let's play a little game here. Trending topics in Canada and here in America. The first question is, which song would you rather have in your head and it won't go? These are Canadian songs. Drake, Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a Hotline Bling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Sorry. Next question.
Or
Sorry, go ahead.
or Justin Bieber. What do you mean?
I don't think I've ever heard a full, so I can't answer that question. You say Drake.
I say Drake.
Drake.
No, of course.
Drake.
We're from
Drake.
Toronto,
Drake.
you know.
Yeah.
We're from the 6th.
Coachella or South by Southwest? You do that one.
We are playing South by
We're playing
Southwest.
South by Southwest,
We'll be there.
so we're
Yeah.
excited to go there. And Coachella, I think, would be amazing too. These are tough questions.
Yeah, but with South by
Both?
Southwest,
Can we just say both
you
to
get
every
the
question?
tacos and you get the barbecue. So I think that puts it over the edge for me.
Yeah, South
Right.
by.
And they're both in really beautiful climates, probably. So that's a
South by's
tricky one.
intense.
Is it?
It's
never
almost
been.
intense where it becomes like really fun. I mean, that's the part I
Yeah.
think about it.
You're having
Right.
a tough time with this game.
You
Man,
might get this
is a
next one.
hard
I think you
game.
might get this next
All
one really
right.
well.
Yeah.
Okay. Which beer would you rather drink? Is it Canadian beers here? Oh man, it makes me want to drink. I don't drink, but would the Labasque Blue or the Molson Canadian?
Most. I don't know. I can't pick. They're both very similar.
They're
to
both
me.
good though.
They're
They're
both
both good.
terrible. I mean,
That's like Budweiser does. Like I think they're
It's like
maybe
Miller or
exotic in
Budweiser.
other. They're exotic and cool in other parts of the world, but for Canadians, they're kind of the main, you know, the baseline beer that people don't like. So
I would
yeah,
say.
I'll take Canadian.
I'll say
if I had
Labatt.
to take. Yeah.
well, we
take
don't
Canadian.
agree on anything.
Would you rather party in Lake Muskego on a boat in the summer, or the hot springs of the Banff in the winter?
Hot spring.
Hot Spring.
Hot
Muskoka. Wouldn't you be Muskoka?
On a boat.
You would be Muskoka. I'm answering for.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll do Banff.
Simon
Hot
loves
Springs.
lakes,
Yeah.
and I'll say Banff.
Okay, and then the American part, real quick here. The Hollywood Hills or South Beach in Miami?
Hollywood Hills.
Hollywood
Yeah,
Hills.
Hollywood
So
Hills.
that's what we're doing,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Strumbellas, for coming to the Young
Thank you
Hollywood
for having
studio
me.
and playing for us.
But the gun still rattles, oh.